Sunday Igboho's appreciation message to the Prime Minister of the BLGIE, His Excellency Ekpa Simon Njoko, for the release of Yoruba Zoo soldier that was captured by Biafra Defense Forces and what it means for the Afonjas moving forward. Here are the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today's date is 16th of September 2024, and I have very important information for every one of you listening to me right now from where you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news, because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people. Sunday Igboho, the leader of Yoruba Nation now, has addressed the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile on a voice message directly sent to His Excellency Ekpa Simon Njoko for the release of a soldier that was captured by the Biafra Army, Biafra Liberation Army, and later released by the order of the Prime Minister himself. And the reason of doing that will be explained before the end of this very broadcast. So I want you to pay attention as we listen to the voice of Igboho, showing appreciation, thanking not only the Prime Minister himself, but also recognizing the Biafra Liberation Army. This is very, very important. So I want all of you to pay attention. Let's listen to the voice again. We will analyze it and also show you what it means to the Afonjas moving forward in this very liberation movement. You will understand this. So let us pay attention and listen to Sunday Igboho first.
Good evening, our Prime Minister of Biafra Liberation. Thank you so much for my brother that you released today. I'm very appreciate you. God bless you. Then I use this opportunity to thank all the Biafra Army for your support and cooperation, for the render you are doing for me every time, the render you are doing for all the Yoruba people. In fact, I don't know how to appreciate you, but God knows I'm very appreciate, and God bless you. God bless you. For the release of our brother, I'm very appreciate. God bless you. Thank you so much. My name is Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho.
Did you get that? My name is Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho. It is not photoshopped. This is already in the public. The Prime Minister himself posted it. So it is not, something that you do, caricature with. So this is the face of the man in question. The man who was released, captured and released by the People's Army. First of all, the PM said, breaking, this is our gift to the Yoruba Nation. Corporal Adewale was captured by the Biafra Liberation Army. He will be freed today to join his family as a gift to Yoruba people. We call on Yorubas to recall all their servicemen serving Nigeria within Biafra land and buying our people in Biafra land. This will never repeat itself again. Are you paying attention? This will never repeat itself again. Right? So, meaning that if you fail this one here, we call on Yorubas to recall all their servicemen serving Nigeria within Biafra land and buying our people in Biafra land. If you fail to adhere to this warning, this is a message now directed to our people, our brethren in Yoruba land. It's a message to you. If you fail to adhere to this warning, the Prime Minister is telling you that this will never repeat itself again. Meaning that when anybody is captured again and is a Yoruba person from Yoruba tribe, he will never, ever have such mercy again. He will never be released. Now, he continued, the highest command of the Biafra Defense Forces has ordered his release as a strong message to the Nigeria terrorist state and terrorist Nigeria army. He said, we will be giving transportation fare to enable him return to his family. Wow. We'll be giving him tea fare to enable him to return to his family. And he said, those of you still buying our people in Biafra land, you may not be this lucky. You may not be this lucky. Those of you who are still here in our land, buying our people in our land, you may not be this lucky. This kind of lucky and opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Now, according to Sunday Igboho himself, I usually say that this is a man I respect so much. No matter what transpired, how they sent all the Yoruba political leaders to Benin Republic, to talk to him, to convince him. So I am not seeing him as the one that sabotaged the Yoruba freedom, but I'm seeing the Yoruba politicians who traveled to Benin as those who sabotage the freedom of Yoruba. Everybody cannot be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everybody cannot be as tough as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everybody cannot be as convinced to what he believes in as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So I am not holding it on Sunday Igboho, but I'm holding it on the political criminals from Afonja that went to visit him and convince him, including Obasanjo. It was remaining a little for them to go and raise Fela Kuti from grave and Bola Ige to go and meet Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic. It was remaining just small. They would have even raised Afonja Williams to go and, to see Sunday Igboho and talk to him. Sunday Igboho, no matter what transpired, no matter how he was freed through political solution and his case terminated through political solution again, I want you to know that he still has that vision of freedom for his people. Although he may not be able to come out and champion it again because of what he has already signed for his release and freedom. But that zeal is still burning in his heart. Yes, you can see the way he thanked the Prime Minister and appreciated the Biafra Liberation Army by calling them by their name. That one alone will prove to you that the man is indeed in support of Biafra liberation. For him to call that name with respect, Biafra Liberation Army, he was very specific. That shows that he is fully in support of Biafra liberation, because we are liberating ourselves, fighting on ground, and also, in multidimensional way, including diplomatic battles that is going on outside the shores of Biafra land and the zoo at large. Again, he did not end there. He also addressed our PM as my Prime Minister. I don't know if you paid any attention to that. Sunday Adeyemo Igboho addressed Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Biafran Prime Minister, as my Prime Minister. And let me make it very clear, categorically. Write it down. I want you to write it down. That Sunday Igboho addressing Mazi Simon Ekpa as my Prime Minister. He called him my Prime Minister. It was never a mistake. I want you to pay attention to this. Very, very important. It wasn't a mistake. He recognizes the Prime Minister of the BLGIE as his own Prime Minister. It was never a mistake. And it does not reduce the quality of Sunday Igboho. It does not reduce him to nothing. No. It does not reduce his manliness. And it does not reduce the way he is being seen by the genuine Yorubas. It doesn't reduce anything. But for the Afonjas, this is the dagger. This is what I call the dagger. It's also called the straw that breaks the camel's back. The Afonjas, watching and listening to the voice of their leader, even though they do not believe in Yoruba nation now. But let me tell you one thing about these Afonjas. When I say Afonjas, I'm not talking about the general Yoruba or the entire Yoruba race. No, we also have Ifajuna in our own land. So when I say Afonjas, I'm talking about those saboteurs, those who are working with Tinubu and other politicians in Yoruba land to destroy their land, to allow the invasion of Fulani terrorists into Yoruba land. These are the Afonjas. These are the people that have sworn, because of their stomach infrastructure, they have sworn to destroy the future of Yoruba land. It's not only only in Yoruba, it's also here. We have it in Biafra land, and we are dealing with them. That is why we call it internally Duakanono and Adufakanono 247. That's why they have all disappeared. None of them is here in Biafra. They can never be here freely. It is impossible. They are somewhere in Abuja. They are somewhere in Abuja. They are not. They can never be here. Amubogi. Now, these are Afonjas listening to the voice of their leader, a man that they once supported before Tinubu and his criminal gang, including the biggest thief in Yoruba land, Obasanjo, went to convince him to drop agitation for him to regain his freedom in Benin Republic. Before they went to convince him, these Afonjas were once supporters of Sunday Igboho, but today they are clapping for Tinubu. They don't care if any other person is spying. They don't care whether there is food. As long as that money keeps coming from the government, they are contented. It doesn't matter what others are passing through. It doesn't matter. Those are the Afonjas. So listening to a man they once supported before they turned their face to Tinubu because a Yoruba man has become the president. Listening to that same man addressing another individual from the other side of the world as my prime minister, a man that they so much despise, a man that they hate so much, a man that they want to slaughter. If they lay their filthy hands on him, they can slaughter him like a ram, a man that they can slaughter like a sheep. Listening and watching to their greatest dismay, listening and watching, listening to their one-time leader addressing a man that they so much despise, addressing that same man as his own prime minister. That is the dagger. That is the dagger. And it is the straw that breaks the camel's back. Osetigo, this is what it means for them. They cannot bear it. Many of them will be committing suicide by now. Many of them are now cold by now. Mad people everywhere. Osetigo. Now, I don't want to waste time. I will still touchlight this evening during my live podcast. But the main thing we'll be discussing this evening is the Madam Frontal Lobe. We are going to throw Madam Frontal Lobe into the oblivion, into the abyss where she belongs. Madam Frontal Lobe, we have your case this evening. So I want to encourage all Biafrans to glue your eyes on your television. Stay tuned this evening. Thank you, my people. To salo no mozia and make it go viral.